Aloha, Johnny here with Functional Patterns. In today's video, I'm going to break down some of the biggest shoulder training mistakes or the most common exercises that lead to shoulder problems or overuse of the shoulder joint. The main component here is that most shoulder training, most shoulder workouts are built around doing isolated shoulder motions and those motions not being integrated with the rib cage. So mistake number one is going to be isolated shoulder presses. So if we take a look at the classic overhead press, what's happening here is there's a lot of scapular motion, shoulder motion, but the rib cage isn't doing much. So with the intent of isolating and building up the deltoid muscles, people tend to create a lot of inflammation around the shoulder joint. And that comes from isolating this range of motion or adding an excessive amount of weight to this range of motion and not really connecting that to the mechanisms of the rib cage. Now, what do I mean by that? Just think about the shoulder and what it's built to do, right? We can throw things, we can throw a strike, we can reach up and grab things or reach up and climb overhead, but none of that happens in isolation to the rest of the body. And that's the factor that traditional training simply does not respect, or it often misses the mark on that. So moving on to mistake number two, it's going to be over retracting the shoulder blades. This is something that's typically done in a lot of rehab and prehab exercises where people are bringing the shoulder blades down and back. So let's take a look at some popular band exercises. So right here, some band pull-aparts. People are training to over retract the shoulder blades too far. You can see how the shoulder blades kind of drift over the spine. Now what ends up happening here, the more you ingrain that over retraction, pushing the shoulder blades over the spine, you can develop some thoracic spine or thoracic nerve issues from pinching the shoulder blades, basically just pinching them too far. So if we think about those band exercises, they're typically done as prehab or rehab for existing shoulder problems or for someone that's starting to develop a shoulder injury. And they're often done as a warm-up to mistake number three, overdoing bilateral pressing motions. So whether it's push-ups, a bench press, or doing some type of dumbbell press, these are done again to build up those pec fibers, build up the deltoids, but it's happening in isolation to the rest of the body. So these are often overdone, and that can lead to the shoulder problems that people experience. So what we're trying to do at Functional Patterns is break the cycle of having to do rehab, prehab for a particular joint on your body, and then going back to the exercises that cause the problem, and then go back again and rehab, prehab, and then do the workout. We're trying to break that loop. So any movement that we do at Functional Patterns is built around using the entire body as a tensegrity. And basically any FP movement that we do, we're trying to link the shoulder with the rest of the body and vice versa. Whether it's the legs linking to the trunk, we're trying to work everything as a unit and train the musculature together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just a preface to the future videos on shoulders that we're going to be doing. I'll see you guys next time.